Markets are red. We are seeing a strong sell-off, and there are a lot of rumors out there that whales, institutional sellers, are the cause for this. And I want to address this. I want to take a bit of a peek behind the curtain. I want to see, is this really whales selling, institutional selling? And if yes, why? If no, when would they be selling? So yeah, let's kind of take a deeper look. A lot of fun in today's video. Hey and welcome to today's video. My name is Julian. On my channel, it's all about making you crypto fit. I discuss the beautiful world of decentralization, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, most of all Bitcoin. I guess today we're kind of covering all of it because, well, if you go on the various listing sites, markets are red. And obviously a lot of people out there talking about institutionals being the reason for this. And I'm not entirely convinced. I rather think this is actually retail. And I'm gonna explain to you a bit what this actually means or what this is. But before, if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button. These topics are very, very important. I update you on a daily basis. It's completely free, so there's really nothing for you to miss out on. So click the subscribe button, click the bell icon to be notified. And if you're back, then click the upvote button. I heard the more upvotes this video is gonna get, the more likely crypto is gonna turn around and go up. So I hope you're hitting this like button and yeah, you're doing yourself a favor here. With this, let's dive in. Maybe first, let's define what is retail, what does institutional mean, what are whales? Retail in general is the type of investor that's the average Joe investor. Generally invests small amounts, hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars. Institutionals, high net worth individuals, are generally investors that, well, obviously have way more capital to invest. When you talk about institutionalist investing, you normally talk about millions, sometimes hundreds of millions, sometimes billions of dollars in investing. Whales is the large fish, right? So it depends a bit, and it's not really a fish, I get it, but it's really the kind of the large animal in the water, and that eats all the shrimp for lunch. I don't know, there's discussions on what is a whale. I would probably say a whale in Bitcoin is at least 1,000 BTC. That's kind of, to me, that's whale-ish. So at the moment, we're talking about $30 to $40 million in capital in crypto. I think that's kind of whale material. So just to kind of define a couple of the positions here. Now, let's look at the current dump, right? You see this all over the markets, and generally speaking, if it's all over the market, it comes from Bitcoin for the very simple reason, if Bitcoin goes down, the entire market goes down. If the market goes down, but Bitcoin stays stable, it's generally more the altcoins selling off rather than Bitcoin. So at the moment, we see the entire market going down, so I think this is coming from Bitcoin, but I do not see this coming from whales, from institutions. And the reason for this is actually a couple. We can look at on-chain analysis. On-chain analysis works in a way where you look at how many of those old large accounts are moving Bitcoins to the exchanges. We see an influx into the exchanges, we do. But we also see at the same time that addresses, cold storage, generally the whale accounts are actually getting larger. So chain analysis doesn't tell us that this is actually coming from whales. It's actually coming from retail. So let me maybe ask you this question. When do you think whales, institutional people sell? When do you think retail sells? Well, I would assume most of the people watching are retail investors. That's normal. There's obviously not everyone has hundreds of millions of dollars to invest. So when do you normally sell? And I tell you, most people sell because they think they can buy an asset cheaper again, right? That's the reason. They sell because they think an asset goes down. And I'm telling you, it's one of the worst ideas to sell. It's one of the worst decisions. Because first of all, market timing has been shown over and over again. It's impossible to do. And most of the time, you're actually on the wrong side of history, if you want to call this. But, well, that's just how a lot of retail thinks. And I also think a lot of retail right now is simply selling because they believe Bitcoin will go down. At the moment, it's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. But most retail thinks they're always right. They know exactly what to do. Retail is way overexposed in investments. They always go all in, all out. So they are very emotional when it comes to that. A lot of retail completely over or underestimates volatility, and it just makes them super nervous. A lot of retail investors always kind of try to time it, and yeah, it just shows that most of the time, short time horizons, they don't really succeed. And actually, at the moment, most chain analysis actually shows that whales, institutions, are actually accumulating Bitcoin. So how does this fit together? Well, let me tell you one thing. And I think most of you know, my entire investment portfolio now is in the 9 digits. I was very fortunate with a couple of investments over the past 10 years in my life. I know a lot of high net worth individuals. I know people that have double digits in millions in Bitcoin. I know people with hundreds of millions in Bitcoin. You know when the time is that these people sell? It's not when they think that the price will go down. It's when they find another investment with a better risk reward ratio than Bitcoin. And I'm telling you, we're all looking. Everyone's looking. Whales are not selling right now because they don't know what to do with their money. I gave the same example over and over again. Most retail is over leveraged, is overexposed. They have to sell. If markets go down and they're leveraged to the long side, they just get stopped out. They get liquidated. Most whales sit there and they're like, okay, maybe I have 20, 30 million in plus. I'm in profit, but my entire investment portfolio is maybe 100, 200 million. So if I add 30 million to that, it doesn't move the needle. So why should I be selling if I don't have an alternative when it comes to scarcity, when it comes to inflation hedge, when it comes to cyclish being extremely interesting? Most whales, most institutions, they have a very long time horizon. And that changes the game. And so what is the lesson maybe here? The lesson here is that while most retail are selling right now, they're actually selling to the buyers. And yeah, you might be one of those retail investors that bought half a year ago and is pocketing 4 or 5x right now. Great job. That's fantastic. I'm telling you, I've been in Bitcoin now about 7 years. It's coming up, actually my 8th year is coming up, 2014. And the best thing all the way until today would have been to just hodl all the way through, to not try to trade, not try to time the market. Yeah, it was fantastic that I kind of sold in 2017, but yeah, I'm not sure this made that much sense as a whole. So just keep this in mind. When smart money, institutional money, when this type of money is actually buying and the data is clear that they're buying, and who's selling? It's those that panic. It's retail. It's those that think they can find a cheaper price. Let's see. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's whales selling right now? When do you think whales are selling? I tell you, I believe it's when they find a better alternative investment. And it's not right now. At the moment, I don't see many other games in town other than Bitcoin from a risk-reward perspective. But let me know what you think. Yeah, let me know in the comments. And if you love this video, if you get value, just give it a thumbs up. Click the like button. Follow, subscribe, click the bell, and then I'll see you next time. I appreciate it. Stay cool. Don't panic. Absolutely no point. And just ride out the waves that the little shrimps are making. This, all the best. See you next time. Yours truly, Julian. Bye-bye.